My name is Kendra Price from A Heart for Homeschool. And in this coffee talk, we're going to be discussing the positive impacts of 4-H on your child's homeschool education. Now, what do you think about when you hear the word 4-H? Probably you think about kids showing livestock. But 4-H is so much more than simply cows and pigs and showing goats and whatnot. There's a whole world of opportunity available through 4-H. In this coffee talk, I'm going to share with you what 4-H is, what programs are available for your children to explore through 4-H, and what are some of the benefits of 4-H. 4-H is a youth development and empowerment organization. 4-H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. And the mission of 4-H is embodied in the 4-H motto, to make the best better, and the 4-H pledge that you see shown here. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. 4-H prepares our kids who are going to be the next innovators, creators, servant leaders, and thinkers to not only serve their community and improve the world around them in the future, but also right now in the present. If you look here, this is the 4-H club that my family has belonged to this year. The club is the Syntex HBCU 4-H Alumni Club. And some things that I want you to take notice of right now. In this picture, you see a wide range of ages, and that is because 4-H embodies or includes children of all ages. From ages 5 to 8, there's the Clover Bud program, and then from the third grade or from ages 8 to 18, kids are considered full-fledged 4-H members. Now, our club, as you probably heard from the title of our club, emphasizes HBCUs, or historically Black colleges and universities. We encourage our kids to explore the scholarships and opportunities available at HBCUs. They learn about what's going on among the HBCUs, and they also explore career opportunities and set goals in that way. Another thing that I'd like to mention here is that our club is supported by Prairie View A&M Extension Office. Prairie View A&M is an HBCU, but additionally, a number of the nation's HBCUs are quite active and involved in supporting 4-H, not just at the school age level, but also at the collegiate level, especially the land-grant HBCU institutions. So how do we get access to 4-H programs? There are over 6 million children across the nation participating in 4-H, and there are many ways that you can become a part of 4-H. There's the at-home 4-H if there's not a local club available, but there's typically a 4-H club available in nearly every county in the US. But there's at-home kits, curricula, and virtual events. There's the local in-person club, there's virtual 4-H clubs, and there's also 4-H camps. And some schools offer in-school and after-school 4-H programs. Now, what happens at a local 4-H club meeting? These are just some pictures of the opportunities and education that happens in our 4-H meetings. Now, one thing to note, our 4-H meetings are led and conducted by our youth. They learn Robert's Rules of Orders and how to conduct a meeting. And then after the formal business of the 4-H meeting, typically in our club, we will have Black leaders and innovators within the community come and share and do activities with the kids based on their expertise in their field. For example, in the picture below shown here, a lady who became an entrepreneur 12 years ago and owns a bakery, came and did a dessert decorating activity with the kids. And she shared about her experiences of how she came to be passionate about baking and pursue it as a professional career option. I'm showing my son Samuel here, who's 11. We had a lady who is also a nonprofit leader of a gardening organization that gets kids into gardening come and share that you can garden with almost anything using any container and including Ziploc bags. My son, who loves gardening, really took to this. He took the bag of dirt home and the seeds and he planted them and diligently watered them every day. And you can see the results. This middle picture here at the top, this picture at the top also shows one of the wonderful activities that we had from our extension agent, who also is the club manager's wife. And she did a class on table etiquette and setting a formal table. And this is important because my oldest daughter is getting ready to go to college. She will be engaging with summer internships and business leaders. And so this information is very useful. So these are just some of the activities that our kids get exposed to in participating in 4-H. There are 3 primary 4-H programs, and within these pillars or these primary programs fall a number of various activities that our kids can get involved in. So these 3 primary 4-H programs are STEM and agriculture, healthy living, and civic engagement. So we're going to start with STEM and agriculture. Notice that under the umbrella of STEM and agriculture, we have areas such as engineering and technology. So this would include robotics. So kids can learn the various coding languages such as Python and Scratch and participate in 4-H robotics competitions. There's also plant and animal science. So for those kids who are interested in gardening or interested in veterinarian sciences, or those who are interested in horticulture, there's plant and animal science. There's also entrepreneurship and financial literacy, which is a very hot topic these days on educating our kids on how to be financially responsible and how to start their own business. This falls under the STEM and agriculture umbrella, as well as environmental science and alternative energies. There are also featured programs that occur under the STEM and agriculture umbrella. So for example, there's the 4-H STEM Challenge, which was formerly known as the National 4-H Youth Science Day. There's the Agri-Science Summit that's held. There's also, again, computer science and robotics activities. And this is a picture below of my 2 oldest girls participating in the National Youth 4-H Science Day. They participated, and this is the activities that they were able to work through at the engineering and aviation company Lockheed Martin. Now, the next primary program is healthy living. So under healthy living, kids can explore activities connected to their social and emotional well-being and mental health. They can also look into fitness and health, nutrition, and safety programs. As well as teen mentorship and leadership. My 2 oldest daughters have had a lot of experience falling under this umbrella of healthy living. This year, they participated in a number of food challenge contests and food show contests. These contests are like Chop. The food challenge is like the show Chop, where the team members have a given ingredient and they come up with a dish that they prepare and that they present. The 4-H team this year was called the Breakfast Club. So I don't know if you've seen the 80s show with Ali Sheedy and Molly Ringwald, but they were the Breakfast Club. And so they presented their dishes through a skit based on that 80s movie. And then additionally, there's the National 4-H Summit for Healthy Living. My daughter Jasmine participated in this virtually. She attended 2 days of workshops where she learned about nutrition. They also showed them some new featured recipes. In this case, she was making baked soft pretzels. And then the third area is civic engagement, which involves community action, rural youth development, and communication and expressive arts. So photography, video, art. And then civic engagement also involves community service. And 4-Hers produce a number of hours of community service. They raise money for various nonprofits in their area that serve the community. They help the needy. They just do a lot to see gaps or see where there's a need and to fill in those needs with their hours of service. So this is an example of civic engagement. My daughters and we volunteered last year at the Tarrant County Food Bank's community garden. We learned a lot through this community service activity because the community gardens are often in food deserts. So this helps to empower people who may not have access to fresh fruits and vegetables to not only raise their own food, to help with nutrition, but really bring the community together. Additionally, my kids, this is a picture of them, my youngest 3, participating in the annual Trinity River Trash Bash, which was last year, where they pick up trash and they learned how important it is to keep communal areas such as parks and walking trails aesthetically pleasing and viable for the local wildlife as well as people who want to use these community resources. Now, as you can see, 4-H projects they run the gamut. So every year, 4-Hers, they set goals and they dive deeper into areas of interest. So a child who is interested in photography and video can pursue that. They can take classes, they can get practice, they can participate in contests throughout the year to learn more about how to do photography. Children can explore things like global citizenship, outdoor and living skills, food and nutrition, public speaking, veterinary science, youth entrepreneurship. There's a gamut of activities. And I'm going to show you how this works. So, for example, I'm going to use my daughter Jasmine, who for the last 2 years has focused on food and nutrition. And so some of the activities that she has participated in are shown here. So, for example, she has taken cooking classes. She's learned things in those cooking classes, such as knife safety, the different types of knives available to use in cooking, and the different knife cuts. She's learned about how to plate a dish to make it aesthetically pleasing. She's learned how to read food labels and how to calculate the cost of a meal based on serving size, how to create healthier dishes. She has participated in food challenge and food show competitions, and she's gone to the practices where she has improved on her public speaking skills, presenting the dishes that she's prepared. We also had a garden in our backyard that we worked on, and she took a gardening class through 4-H. And then she's also taken what she's learned from Food Challenge and Food Show and brought it back to her club. And she planned and executed a mini food challenge with the club members where they had to create a healthy snack and they had a required ingredient of cream cheese. And then her and her sister also participated in a number of contests. This one was from the Houston Rodeo, and their team, which was senior level main dish, reached 3rd place. And so 4-H clubs or 4-H food challenge teams from all over the Texas area, such as from San Antonio and Galveston, were there. So they had some stiff competition. And then also you can see at the bottom the cake. So my daughter is into cake decorating. And so this was her cake basket full of sunshine that she entered into the Bell County Youth Fair this year. Now, all of these project activities she documented, and this is her project. And these are the activities and just some of the ways that she learned more about food and nutrition this year and last year. Why is this important and beneficial, especially for homeschoolers? Some of us homeschoolers live in states where we have to, by law, document our children's learning activities, but we're in the great state of Texas. But even so, these record books are important because they capture what your child has done throughout the year. They create a narrative of what they've learned and how they've grown as a person. These record books include all of their experiences inside and outside of 4-H, and includes their community service, their leadership activities, the contests that they've participated in, any awards that they've achieved or received. And it's just a complete document of what they have accomplished in terms of or during the course of a year. Now, just to give you some idea of the other activities that your kids can participate in, although this is not exhaustive, this is just a collage. So, for example, last year, my daughter also participated in the Tarrant County Livestock Show or Youth Fair, and she did a decorated cake. She participated in a contest through the Optimist Club and she won first place. And then my oldest daughter, Jackie, she participated in public speaking competitions. She participated in photography. They took a sewing class. And there was also 4-H Day at Texas A&M, which they were a part of, where Jacqueline got to learn more about majoring in animal science. And this is important because she also attended a veterinary camp that was held through 4-H at Texas A&M during the summer. And so all of these activities look good on a high school resume when it comes to being able to apply for college scholarship and for just keeping track of what she's done. Now, what are the benefits of 4-H? Our kids learn that they can have an impact and an influence on their community around them right now, not just in the future. They learn leadership skills, they gain confidence and self-esteem through public speaking and through visibility. They also learn how to serve, and they learn how important the community around them is. And for homeschoolers, 4-H also is a way for them to socialize, not just with kids their age, but kids from different walks of life. They get to interact with other adults, and your whole family can get involved because parent volunteers are very vital to 4-H's operation. And there's training for parents as well as kids. So it's really a family organization or a family-oriented organization. Other benefits of 4-H, especially for homeschoolers, are the scholarship opportunities. So as kids participate each year, they are, like I said, building a body of work that can be used to apply for scholarships and looks great on college applications. They also get to compete and try to earn prizes and prize money through these competitions. And they get to explore career paths that interest them. One thing I love about 4-H that it's not all about just simply going to college. If children are interested in the trades and are interested in pursuing a career in the trades, there's scholarships available for that. And there's plenty of training and activities that help them to pursue that. If your child is interested in becoming an entrepreneur and starting their own business, 4-H also encourages that and encourages them to get started, not now, not later, but now in the present. And so there are a number of opportunities. We personally, as a family, have benefited from 4-H. I believe the activities and the experiences that my oldest daughter had were very vital in her getting a full scholarship to UAPB, or University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, majoring in animal science. And my second daughter, Jasmine, she wants to be a nurse. And so the activities that she's learning will help her greatly towards that goal. And then there's my two youngest who we haven't determined a career track and they haven't necessarily, but I can see things that they like, such as my son likes robotics and he likes computers. I see that he likes gardening and he loves getting in the dirt and growing things. So this helps us as parents to learn more about our children, and it helps our children to learn more about themselves and what they can do. And so I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you strongly consider 4-H as an organization that can help your child to grow and to thrive and to flourish.